Lexus is 500F Sport Performance 2022, Toyota's luxury brand for its compact sedan weakness by installing a giant V8 under the hood. This is not the first V8 to enter the IS. The distinction belongs to the IS-F, which debuted in style straight out of tuner magazines in 2008. The IS 500 is much more subtle than the car, lacking the same dramatic F badge that the IS-F once featured. The tweaks are more subtle. With 4 exhaust tips, a slightly larger hood bulge, a front bumper that pulled forward to fit the larger engine, and the new 19-inch NK10 spoke alloy wheels. Open the hood and engine in almost any space, with almost no space on all sides. The same 5.0-liter V8 can also be found in the RCF and LC 500 and in this application produces 472 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque. It also shares a transmission with the RCF, an 8-speed automatic with a lock-in torque converter. The best part of the IS 500 rear-wheel drive, the V8 delivers effortless power and a raspy exhaust tone that enhances the driving experience. This is the old-school V8 performance, without the forced induction found in most performance cars today. The V8 doesn't deliver a direct hit like a turbocharged powertrain. On the other hand, the power decreases as the RPM level increases. Lexus cites a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 4.4 seconds, which is really felt. But the IS 500 is not at its best. It's happiest on curvy roads with revs holding out at around 3,000 and exhaust growling at the rear. Even while spinning it, the machine never really felt taxed. It just tugged and pulled up to the 7,300 revolutions per minute redline. Despite the addition of the V8, the IS 500 didn't add much. It adds 143 pounds on top of the IS 350F Sport and its V6 for a total weight of 3,891 lb. The extra weight at the front doesn't make the nose feel heavy when turning. Compared to the IS 350F Sport, the IS 500 gets bigger brakes with 4-piston front brakes as opposed to 14.0-inch 2-section aluminum rotors and single-piston rear with 12.7-inch rotors. They provide excellent stopping power without front-end wobble even during panic stops. The IS 500 comes standard with the dynamic handling package, which is usually an additional cost option on rear-wheel drive as F Sport models. These include torsion adaptive and limited slip differentials, plus a laterally mounted Yamaha performance that reinforces the structure for low speed and agility and high speed. With the suspension in the normal setting, the IS 500 is a great shipwreck, cruising down the highway and holding all that horsepower ready to fly past. Turn the car to Sport or Sport Plus and fasten it well, giving the car a solid feel as it goes through turns. The body roll is still there, and the suspension isn't as tight as other sports sedans, but even in sport mode it's still comfortable to drive and the IS 500 never feels rough. While the V8 makes the IS 500 a pleasure to drive, other issues remain. The rear seats are narrow, without a good view for passengers. Especially, the multimedia system is still a mess. Although the 10.3-inch display above the dashboard is now a touchscreen, it doesn't shift and is far enough from the driver's seat to reach it. The touchpad on the center console remains, but it's still a frustrating way to interact with car functions. Even within the system, the navigation maps look low-res and outdated, like something out of a car made in 2012 rather than 2021. The new screens and interfaces seen earlier this year for the upcoming NX crossover are unusable for the rest. This lineup is pretty fast. The addition of the V8 fundamentally changes the nature of the IS 500, so the extra cost will be worth it for those who still want the good old-fashioned power of the V8. Throwing a big engine at a car won't solve all the problems, but it's very entertaining.